Hey, happy Friday! I'm off for a school visit now. Today's Friday. I decided to do like a random vlog of an OT cause I haven't done one in like 10 million years. But anyway, I need to go for a school visit. I have 5 sessions today. I had a 8:30 clinic visit, and then this is my 9:45 session, which I need to drive 20 minutes here. So I'll talk more later. Bye. Got like Jenga, Uno, cutting set, kinetic sand play-doh, art supplies, and all the games. Okay, hello. So I'm back, just done with my second out of 5 sessions today. So just to give you an update, today it's a pretty good session to be honest. So it's this girl who's in year 6 or in Singapore context, like P6 lah. She's going to high school, aka secondary school next year. I did a phone call with the mom, and mom actually told me that she's not eating her recess and her lunch. And then when she gets back home, because she's so hungry, so she's literally eating all the junk food, all the chips, all the sweets and all the lollies, this type of stuff lor. So mom was like, Patrice, what do I do? Like, can you help me come up with like a plan so that she have her lunch? So today in my session, I was discussing lah, and then I just told this client like, hey, look, me and mom, you know that we have good intentions, but this is what I heard from mom. Can I check whether that's true? What we found out eventually was that it's because of they don't have like a canteen in Australian school, which is quite different from Singapore, where we can like, you know, go to canteen and buy like hot proper food. Over here, the families often need to pack their own lunch box for their own kids lah. My child was actually telling me that how the texture changed, like for example like Vegemite scrolls or other food that she eats, like when she puts in her school bag, then where the sun hits the bag, and like the texture when you open up the lunch box is all like wet and soggy and warm, and it's very unappetizing because of like the temperature and the texture changes. And the only thing that she eats is like those carrot sticks or those cucumber sticks, because those stay relatively the same, you know, regardless of all the temperature changes. I'm like, that's a valid point, like really. So what I did with her was to come up with a plan, like, hey, how about this, if I were to tell mom to pack more of this like crackers or biscuits, cucumber or carrot sticks, would you be able to eat more of this at recess and lunch? Then she said, okay, can. So I'm like, okay, then I'm going to tell mom, you have to eat it, okay? I'm going to bring like a contract and you are going to like sign it. And then after school, I told her, look, you can have your snacks, but you have to eat some proper food first. So whether it's like a piece of avocado toast or like even more crackers or biscuits and some vegetable sticks before you have one bowl, only just one bowl of snacks. And she said okay. So I'm going to print out a contract with these 2 criteria, this deal, and I'm going to let her sign the next session. So yeah. And also my session in the morning, sorry I couldn't record that because it was so hectic. It's a very cute child who's like 3 years old only. He hasn't really gotten a diagnosis yet. He's showing traits of autism. The first trait is the restrictive or repetitive behavior. So he's doing a lot of stimming and like spinning objects around. And the second one is the difficulties in the social communication and interaction, which he is non-verbal, so he's just like vocalizing and like using a lot of physical like hand holding as a way of like interacting to get what he needs or what he wants. So what I'm doing a lot is just a lot of like sensory regulation aspect and trying to expand his play and social skills in a sense. I'm trying to incorporate more sensory activities. So he loves like trampoline and peanut ball. So I did like a trampoline 5 jumps and crash onto the mat and then roll forward and backwards on a peanut ball just to try and support their engagement and their interaction with his environment, because he's really not interacting with anyone. So my key goal is just to take like a play-based approach to try and expand and to support his engagement and his interaction with his environment. I incorporate a lot of like vestibular and proprioceptive activities, a lot of like cause and effect. We have like one bubble machine, you press the machine and go and stop. You want more? Okay, ready, set, go, and then the bubbles will pop up. Same goes for like the spinning egg. I put him in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stop. Do you want more? So he got to like ask for more or like signal to me that he wants more. Just something like that. And even like 5 jumps and crash. So a lot of like, you know, that animated voice and really like putting in that energy in there just to support that interaction with his environment. And I have to say he has improved lah. Because right now he's even like, he's really vocalizing more. And then today he tried to take my hand to bite it. Not that he's really biting it, but I think it's just to get my attention because I was speaking to his dad just now. So I think he's finding ways to really expressing himself, just to, you know, express his needs and wants, which is something that it hasn't happened like 6 months ago. So I think that's an improvement. Oh, I'm all wet now. Oh my god, I just realized, look at all this random markings on my pants, also my black pen, and the tip was out. My hating when this happens. Looks so dirty, oh my goodness. And it started raining just now, and then I forgot to bring my umbrella out. But anyway, I wanted to show you about what I did in my session. My kid was a bit tired, so he couldn't really engage, but I should still show you what I do. Sorry that all my stuff are wet. Okay, but essentially what I got a few books on my emotional regulation, because that's his goals. And I actually bought this whole series here, and this book also is also very good for emotional regulation, because it talks about how you have like different feelings. They live in like a house. It's a very good visual of it lah. So what I do is I get my child. His goal is to be able to identify his body cues. So what I have is to make it like a form of a game. I have my child to like pick a book randomly and flip open to a page. For example, you flip open to like a page where that person is feeling frustrated. Say, oh, let's have a guess. Which zone is he in? Yellow zone. Oh, which emotion? Frustrated. I got him to using this like interoception cue. So there's different descriptor menu for different body parts, and then I try and get the child choose. You're frustrated. My hands. Do you think my hands feel really tight? And then I link back to like the visual in the book. So like for example, this rabbit, I think it's in the red zone, is angry because the feet is kicking something away. So when I'm angry, my feet feels like kicking something. So this is how I teach kids how to start working on identifying their body cue and linking it to their emotions. Look at the hands. My hands feel tight. Cheeks feels flush. I think it's telling me that I'm in my red zone. And then we play a game with like pop-up pirate. I realize it has the red, yellow, blue and green, which all ties in together very lovely with the zones of regulation. Now this rabbit is yellow, frustrated. Tell me a body sign about it. So this is how what I do to like try and link up all these bits and pieces of like emotional reg. Lunchtime. I made myself 2 shots of coffee. Okay, back on the road. Okay, so I'm finally done with my last school visit, and my goodness, my kid was not having it. But to be fair, a Friday afternoon, last session of the day, naturally every kid will be exhausted. So sometimes the reality is you try and arrange on like non-Friday school visit, but sometimes you just can't help it in terms of like the scheduling. And then what often results in that you get some disengagement in sessions at times. Okay, but anyways, I just wanted to add on a little bit, since the kid I just saw is also another emotional regulation kid in terms of the goal. And I wanted to just add on a little bit about this drawing here lah. So when I was adding body cues to it, so just now I mentioned how like, oh, I can see the rabbit is kicking. And when I feel angry, my feet feels like kicking something. My hands feel tight and hot. This is something which I wanted to be mindful because everyone's body cues can be different when they're angry or whatever emotion. So I would then ask the child, what about you? How does your hands feel when you're angry? How do your feet feel when you're angry? Do you feel like jumping on the spot? Does your hand sweat? Is it tight? Something like that. There's no right or wrong answer in terms of like identifying body cues because it's very individualized. Just wanted to note the kid I just saw also has emotional regulation like difficulty. So what I did is this drawing of how anxiety actually works. So we have a mother walking on the street holding her daughter's hand, and this little girl goes, "Mommy, mommy, look, look, look," tugging the sleeve. And then the mom ignores it. What will happen? The girl will continue to tug on the mom's hand until she gets the attention that she wants. And this little girl is like the anxiety, and the mom is like our thinking brain or the rational brain. So what happens a lot of times is when we ignore the anxiety in us, we try and brush it off, what often results is the anxiety or the little girl tugging our sleeve and asks us for even more attention, and that often worsens or causes even more dysregulation. So what we should be doing instead should be giving attention and paying attention to what this little girl is saying, like, "Yes darling, what do you want? How can I help you?" So very often I give an example to my clients, like last time I felt so anxious when I had to go on stage to give a speech to the whole school. My little girl of anxiety was telling me, "I'm so scared that you won't do well. What if you say something wrong? What if the whole school laugh at you?" To reassure the little girl, I would then tell the little girl, "Hey look, you can worry, but you have been practicing so hard. I'm sure you'll be able to manage to give a speech without screwing up. You will be fine. And for all you know, your schoolmates might not even realize that you said something wrong." And this is a diagram that I often draw when I need to teach my kids about anxiety management and emotional regulation. So what can we do to reassure ourselves? We can like validate our emotions. That's what I normally do. But anyways, I'm driving back to the clinic. I have a last after school visit at 3:30 and now it's 2:17. So yeah, gotta go. Bye. Okay, it's finally the end of my work day and you can tell it's raining. It's been a long week. Seriously, all I want to do now is to go home. But I got dinner later, so just a quick dinner and then go home and rest. So I just saw my client for after school clinic and I was finishing all my notes. So I had a 8:15 start and I just finished and now it's 5:01 p.m. And I wanted to show you what I use with my kid. This child, she's autistic, and one of the common traits of someone with autism, they could have that specific interest. What I noticed, which I'm trying to figure my way out with this child at the start, I tried a visual schedule, which I will show you later, and how I use a visual timer to really help her with that transitioning, because at the start we just can't get through all the activities and it's handwriting. It's so boring, like oh my goodness, how fun is practicing handwriting and letter formations, right? How can we make it in a way that you can get through all the activities, including handwriting? What happened at the start is she'd be so dysregulated, we had to spend a lot of time trying to like reassure her, calm her down, and then to re-engage in the session. It's the end of a long week finally, and I finished all my notes for the week. So that's a win. Yes! And I drive home now. Bye! Finally got home, and as you can tell, the rain outside is crazy. I wanted to show you the visual chart and the visual timer, but the rain was so heavy. I can't even bring up the basket of all the stuff and how it works. Today, that's pretty much the life of like an OT. Just now I had to stay back a little just to wanted to finish up all my notes for the week, because the moment I get out, the memory loss is real, but that's essentially the life of a Paediatrics OT. Quite busy today. 5 is a realistic day of a OT. So yeah, that's all. Bye. What I did with my client just now was, normally I try and introduce some gross motor or physical movement as a regulating activity prior to any tabletop activities to promote my kids' engagement. I printed 2 picture cards of the activities. Normally I try and make a deal with her on like the order of how things would go. sorry that I really wanted to bring up my basket with all the stuff, but like, I'm so sorry because the rain is so heavy and then I was like struggling to carry all my stuff. Okay, so anyway, I will draw like a very cheapskate, low budget one. So I'll have like a Velcro strip here and another a Velcro strip. Oh my god, my brain is not braining by now. So, and then I'll have like those small little picture cue cards. So like, for example, like drawing one, then after that handwriting. So like I have all of it like printed out, and then I gave support her engagement. I asked her, hi, do you want to do animal walks or wheelbarrow walks? I want to do animal walks. I'm like, okay. So I stuck it, first one here. And then after that, support kids engagement in this. For example, I have 3 activities. First and the last one is what she choose. Then the second one is what I choose. So to really get her through, right, as a motivation, first your activity, then my activity, last your activity. So I need your help to help me get through everything. The visual timer essentially is like a clock. It has like that visual, so as it ticks, the red color portion will get lesser and lesser. You must try and get through all the activities. If not, you can't get to what you want. So I print everything out, right? Obviously, my kid won't choose handwriting. I want handwriting. Then I'll take that and then I'll second one. And last one, her choice lah. And then I'll tell her, first scooter board, then handwriting, last game. We have 40 minutes left. Look at the timer. I need your help to get through everything. And then we started. So when she went away, I will take visual schedule and the timer. Look at the time, we only have 10 more minutes left. We got to finish this so that you can have all the fun with the scooter board. Or like it could be a game, for example, like taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. Quick, well, let's try and get through this so that we can have more time to play. I love to play the game with you, so I need your help. Something like that. That worked pretty well with this child. Pretty much that's the end of my very hectic day today as an OT. Another strategy that I use, so when I play a game with my kids to try and develop their awareness of their body cues and linking them to their emotions. If I play a game and I notice them getting very excited, oh, I can see that your feet is like bouncing up and down or you're wriggling. It looks like you're feeling excited. So even just stating my observation in a very neutral manner, gradually it will help to build up their awareness of their own body cues for these kids. For any OTs who are watching these videos, if you have any more like tips and strategies, please, apart from like pop-up pirate, reading books, linking body cues to emotion, if you have any more interesting hack or any more interesting programs apart from Ready Rocket or Zones of Regulation, please leave a comment. Please let me know. I'd love to learn more about it. Anyway, this is really the end of the video. I'm dead by now, like mentally. Please enjoy your weekends, everyone, and I will see you around in another video. Okay, bye.
You found somebody better than me to take care of your insecurities. You did it all while leaving me in the dark. I try so hard to be what you need. If you're into the finer things, well, maybe we should let this fall apart. 'Cause I